Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Lucario. I'm going to be a captain on this flight from Bangkok to Hong Kong. With me today, we do have my good friend Simon Mugo, I beg your pardon. You have to edit that one. And the equipment which we are using today, we are flying the latest, one of the latest arrivals to our fleet, which is the Boeing 787. Excellent airplane with the latest technology in terms of navigation, very fuel efficient and easy to maintain, and to fly to, I must say. This is a pilot dream, I must say. We do hope that you are going to enjoy your filming.
Flight deck, sir. Engine start, clear, sir.
Thank you. We are starting right and left engine. Start right and left.
Starting right engine.
Roger, right and left, clear.
Thank you.
Starting left. Once it starts motoring up, now the engine is actually starting and fuel is now flowing.
Kenya 860 taxi to holding point runway 01 left, follow Cathay Pacific coming from your left via Golf, Hotel off Hotel 1.
Left, Kenya 860.
Approach is clear.
Clear right.
Checks before takeoff, checks below the line.
Before takeoff, check takeoff briefing.
Have a V2 of 165, heading 015 today, Laos fit. We'll take it on V nav, L nav.
Cabin ready and clear. Cabin crew, your seats for takeoff is complete. Before takeoff check is complete.
Before takeoff check is complete, thank you.
Kenya 860 when airborne contact 119.25 into 70 degrees 6 knots runway 01 left, clear for takeoff.
Airborne 119.25, clear for takeoff 01 left, Kenya 860.
Happy?
Yep, ready?
Let's go.
Stable. Thrust trap.
Check.
Cloud 224 left,
Thrust
management
set.
runway
Check.
01 left.
Line up and head runway 01 left, Cloud 224.
Eighty knots hold.
Check.
D1.
Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up. L now.
Check.
Thrust ref bin of speed.
Check.
Departure Kenya 860 out of 700 feet. Confirm Bravo departure.
Kenya 860, departure identified from the 6,000 feet and restricted.
Climb 6,000 feet unrestricted, Kenya 860.
6,000 feet. Engage out.
Kenya 860, contact Bangkok Control 133.1.
133.1, Kenya 860.
Now 224, climb to
Bangkok Control, Kenya 860 out of 1604 and a 0 heading 00.
Kenya 860, Bangkok Control สวัสดีครับ Radar contact now fly heading 060 Radar vector for spacing climb flight level 270.
Heading 060, climb flight level 270, Kenya 860.
Heading 060,
Check.
altitude 270.
Check.
Thai Smile 007 now clear direct to Terry ครับ Terry 1 Bravo arrival.
Ladies and gentlemen, your captain. We've now settled at an altitude of 41,000 feet above mean sea level. That's 2,000 feet higher than I'd promised you, which translates to 12.5 kilometers. Still in Thai airspace, and I trust that we are all comfortable in the cabin. Our safari is taking us further on a northeasterly route. We'll be crossing into Laos, then into Vietnam, and eventually China before we start our descent into Hong Kong. Weather is holding up with most of the clouds below. I do, however, remind you to keep your seatbelts fastened at all times whenever seated. I'll be speaking to you shortly before we land into Hong Kong. For now, sit back, relax, and continue enjoying hospitality. Thank you. This is part of the bundle of documents which we usually receive from dispatch to help us with the flight planning and also for monitoring the flight. One of the most important ones which we do receive, which we actually did receive, is a computer flight plan. It's got a whole of information. First of all, you check, got the correct flight number, correct origin, destination, correct aircraft type, estimated weights, brake release weights, landing weight, zero fuel weight, and then figures have been worked out for the fuel which you are going to require for to fly to your destination in case you require to divert, and the contingency fuel and so on. And then you also do get the alternates, the diversion alternates in case you're not able to land. It also comes here. Now, once we make the decision on how much fuel to take, which is going to be informed by the next set of documents pertaining to the weather and any notices about the airports and airspaces which you're going to fly with, we also do input that here. The bulk of it gives us an opportunity to review the routes. It covers the actual route where we'll be flying, and then it gives us invaluable information on the actual geographical positions of the routes, the altitudes which you're going to climb to, the winds, departures which you'd expect. That's standard instrument departure procedures. Then it also gives us the speeds which we're expecting, to be flying both the ground through airspeed and ground speed. Ground speed through airspeed after you factor in the wind, effect of the wind. Then we have the trip and zone distances, minimum off-route altitudes, zone times, cumulative times, and information on fuel used to specific waypoints, and also fuel remaining. And that runs through all the way to the destination. The next bit is a wind and temperature summary at different altitudes. So for instance, here we can see at a position like Dongi, which is a position which we are going to overfly. We get wind at all levels, different levels, and we get the different levels and the winds and associated temperatures. Now what this does is it does help us to plan whether we are going to climb, maintain, or fly below the planned flight plan altitude. Then after the after the wind summary, of course, the next thing which we do get is a very useful computation of how, if we should fly at an altitude 2000 below or above a planned altitude, what effect that has got on our burn-off. That is fuel which we do require, and also wind, I beg your pardon, time, and then also we do get a summary of how, if the zero fuel weight is adjusted, how that affects the other parameters in terms of fuel burn-off and time. Then after that, the next bit, which is a very important bit, which gives us a summary of the route to the alternates in case we are not able to land in our destination. For instance, we do have alternates, like this is Jamin. The first alternate is Jillian. The pronunciations this sound of the world are quite interesting to us from Africa, but that is not a big problem, because what we need to understand is 4-letter ICAO codes for the destinations. That is what we basically work with. And although this is simplified, the information here is more or less like the route information which we had previously. And that is it. Alternate flight 11, alternate flight 12. Then finally we get a summary here. This is from company. Should we want to take more fuel than the fuel which is required, the economics of doing that, and whether we are making a loss again, and so on and so forth. Like in this particular flight, we have taken fuel which is sufficient to take us all the way back. Then the final bit of the computer flight plan is the forward route, which is what we have been authorized by the controlling authorities over the territories which you are going to fly. That's a route which has been authorized, and we have got to stick to that one. So that this document, we usually review it with my colleague, and it forms part of the embargo. The next bit of information which we require, which is critical, is a summary of the weather forecast, one of the airports where we are leaving, then other suitable airports around it in case we need to come back immediately after takeoff and we are not able to land there. For instance, today we had we were departing from Suvarnabhumi International. So we have the terminal aerodrome forecast. We go through it, check whether it is current, when it was forecasted, what area it covers in terms of time. Like this was done at 5:30 Zulu time yesterday on 2nd, and it's varied between 6 today and 6 yesterday and 1200. It gives us the wind and visibility, the clouds, Then it gives us a tempo. This is a temporary change in the weather. Between this time, 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock, visibility reduces, showers of rain, clouds, and then eventually becoming again later in the afternoon, and so on and so forth. Then here we do have a weather for Hong Kong. Again, this is a terminal aerodrome forecast for Hong Kong, done at this time, that is 0500 Zulu on second, that is varied between 6 and 1300. Again, winds are okay. This is northeasterly at 10 knots. Good visibility 7,000 meters. A few clouds at 2,000, scattered 3,000, and so on and forth. Then all these, the rest of it is, all these are various airports which are of interest to us. We do have, for instance, we do have Phuket there, which was our departure alternate. Guangzhou, which is an arrival alternate, and so on and so forth. So we do study this, and that weather to ensure that we are able to depart and we are able to land. And if we are not able to land, we have got an alternate within reach as per the fuel which has been planned and which we have decided to take, and we can be able to go there. This other bit shows us a significant weather. Around you can see there's a system here embedded, cumulonimbus, height to 43,000 feet. And so we also do have to look at this, and it helps us to make the decision. We do have this one also, which is similar but covering a wider area. We do have, I see there's a jet stream to the north of India crossing into bits of Russia and China. Quite strong and going, running from east to west. Weather wind tendencies, the actual spot winds on various positions, not affected. The jet stream is not affecting us much since it is to the north. At different altitudes, so we look at this again with my colleague, and it forms part of our important documents for dispatch. The other important document is the NOTAMs. Basically, what the NOTAMs do for us is that this is a collection of important information about the airports and the flight information regions, or the areas which you are going to fly through, and we have to look at them diligently, starting from the airport and the flight information region which we are departing from, Bangkok. For instance, here we can see we are being told station request 25th 11/2012, crew to contact Bangkok operations, frequency 131.025 at 3:30 minutes before landing. Then some taxi lanes are closed. Runway 01 left, 19 right, closed due to work in progress at this time, on these dates, and so on and so forth. So we have to look at that diligently. Then we look at arrival, airport, the similar information, which will be of interest to us. This is to ensure that we do not end up in an airport where the runway is going to be closed, because if that were to be so, that information would be here. Just to pick an example, from Hong Kong, we can see there is a notice here, NOTAM A0991/14, flight designed for Guangzhou, Shenzhen, and Macau from Ho Chi Minh, flight information region that's required to transit Manila FIR via diversionary routes to Hong Kong FIR due to bad weather. Should flight plan with the Hong Kong FIR via Alpha, this is an airway, Alpha 461, Norman, this is a position Norman direct to Arrow, then pick up this other airway, Juliet 130, expected affect us, blah, 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 blah. So if we were operating in that area, this would be of concern to us. Then we also require to look at notices pertaining to airports, which we require to which we may require to divert to. And yep, that's what the NOTAMs are about. Now, after we've studied the NOTAMs and we've studied the weather, that is now when we come to the computer flight plan and decide how much fuel which we require on board. Taking all factors into consideration, we make that decision, fill it in, pass that information to dispatch so they can use it for their load planning and weight and balance calculations and so on and so forth. And then also we do give it to the engineer so they can be able to give us the fuel which we require. Then finally, this is the last bit of information which we do receive, which is the load sheet. What it does, it shows us the aircraft status, configuration, crew on board, and then gives us the actual loads in terms of the total traffic load. This is the useful load which we are carrying, dry operating weight, which is the aeroplane plus the equipment, less fuel. We did give them the then a zero fuel weight actual, which is the total traffic load. That's the useful load which we are carrying plus the dry operating weight of the aircraft to give us a zero fuel weight. Then now we put on the fuel which we do require, and then that gives us now the actual takeoff weight, which we now compare with the maximum allowed, which for this aircraft is 227 tons, 930 kilos. Then we subtract the fuel which we are going to burn, which we are projecting to be 10.92 tons, so that we can get the actual landing weight. We compare that to the maximum landing weight, which is structurally allowed, or if there's got a restriction, maybe by runway length and so on and forth, to make sure that all those parameters will fly, so to speak. Down here, they have used these figures plus the actual positioning where the aircraft has been loaded to figure out the trim of the aeroplane. That's how the aircraft is balanced, and we have it here. So now if we are satisfied with this, I approve it and sign it off as the captain. And then now we do take this information, and some of it goes into the flight management computer. Some of it goes direct to the electronic flight bag performance tool, and that's now what the performance tool uses to calculate and give us the speeds which we are going to use for takeoff. If we're happy with all that, accept it, set it up, and we are good to go. Those are the important documents which you have got to review as we do as part of our flight planning. Thank you. We have reviewed the NOTAMs.
Yep.
And the weather. Both are okay for to make an approach and a landing into Hong Kong. We are going to make a VNAV descent and modify it with a level change of VS as required. Let's look at 10-2 alpha. Terminal transition routes. From Siku, we track 073 to Gamba.
Hong Kong radar Kenya 860 Siku maintaining 1,500 meters.
Kenya 860, confirm squawk 6102.
AFOM Kenya 860.
Kenya 860, identify clear Canto 3 Alpha arrival, reduced to minimum clean speed for sequencing.
Cleared Canto 3 Alpha arrival, reduced to minimum Kenya 860.
Linear 776, contact radar 12755
Coming down to that.
today.
2755, goodbye.
Okay.
Hong Kong Control, Great next to at 965, traffic level 200, squawk 3121.
Gas mark.
Okay, 965, Hong Kong radar, roger, continue climb.
774.
Check.
Stand by higher.
Alright, I'll carry on with the brief.
Yep.
Hong Kong Cathay 614.
We are now going direct to position
654, expect 250 knots on descent.
Gamba.
40 knots, thanks, Cathay.
So from Gamba, we track out to Maple. That's 10 of 073, then continue on to Combi, Roca, and then to Canton. Canton 3 Alpha.
On transition, reduced to 250 knots.
MSA based on Charlie Hotel is 4,300 feet from 030 in to 260 clockwise, 3,000 feet the rest of it, and 4,300 feet that is within Hong Kong FIR.
Which by Maple on transition.
Arnav approach runway 07 left, arrival for aircraft appropriately equipped and approved for RNP1 operations, and we are. If we are required to hold, the hold is at position, there's an initial hold at Combi, a second one at Canton. Hold pattern inbound track is 047 and is right turns. A speed and altitude restriction, all that's flight level 130, speed 28 all above, and the speed is 280, and we do have it there. Then from Canton we transition on to Mule. Between flight level 1 at the ray 0 and the flight level 110, and again we do have it there. Then transition via CLV, turn left track at 337 to position Limes.
I'll request
And
to
we
be
do have it. Yep. Request descent, please.
Kenya 860, stand by 1.
Okay.
Kenya 860, commence descent, flight level 400.
Descent 400, Kenya 860.
Kenya 860, change of plan, descend now, descend flight level 260, which by Maple, speed on transition 250 knots.
Copy the 260 reached by Maple, speed on transition 250, Kenya 860.
Okay, 965, climb
Okay,
flight level 280.
change.
Confirm your wake.
Flight levels change on speed. ILS or localizer runway 07 left. You have it?
AFOM.
From Limes, again if you are required to hold at Limes, the hold pattern is right turns. Inbound track is 337. We leave Limes descending to 2,000 feet to position Tonic, which you do have there. Speed at Tonic 180 knots above 220, then turn onto an intercept heading of 040 to intercept the localizer track 07 ray. If we are 2,000 feet on the localizer, we expect the glide slope at 6 miles India Zulu Sierra Lima, and we continue on the glide slope to our minimums of 1290.
222.
Second?
222. With the Missed approach climb gradient minimum 7 degrees. Is
72.
DA is 222.
222 feet.
Yep.
.222, which is set on my side.
That's right.
Missed approach. Climb to 5,000 feet. Climb set into 300 feet. ILS localize a turn left onto 058. And without a Sierra Mike Tango VR expect radar vectors, intercept radio 038, 036. To position Lingi, and then turn right on radio 076 to Lima Kilo Charlie. When crossing radio 333, to proceed on 110 to Sampu and order as directed, and that is the procedure which you do have there.
Yep.
To go around, I'll cog wing around, press a go around switch, select go around power rotate to go around pitch.
Kenya 860, roger, for sequencing.
Cockpit can secure. Start is lost, cancel. Heading select.
Hong Kong radar.
Right 10 degrees, heading 081. And the speed is now 250.
Roger. Okay, go around. Let's review that again. I was cog wing around, press a go around switch, select go around power rotate to go around pitch. As for go around flap, which for 2 engines will be flap 20. Positive lead gear up, 1,000 feet. Vin up, and then we'll clean up. Now on landing, we expect to clear off the runway and taxi to the apron as instructed.
Kenya 860, continue right heading 0905.
0905.
095, thank you. So let's see if you have a question, that's the end of it.
No questions understood.
Thank you.
127, today.
And ladies and gentlemen, your captain, we are now on our descent into Hong Kong. Latest weather report from Hong Kong. We have got light northeasterly winds, visibility beyond 5 kilometers, a few clouds down to 2,000 feet. Temperature on ground is a comfortable 17 degrees Celsius. We do wish you a pleasant stay in Hong Kong. Those who may be having forward connections, a happy safari to your final destination. And we do thank you all for choosing to fly Kenya Airways. It is always our pleasure to have you on board, and we look forward to serving you many more times in the future. Thank you. Back with you, buddy.
Kenya 860, check direct Maple with on navigation.
Direct Maple, resume on navigation, confirm level 260.
Kenya 860, affirm reach flight level 260 by Maple.
Roger, copy, Kenya 860.
Cathay 654, contact
direct
radar
Maple,
12755
I
today.
have controls.
You have control.
127.55, Cathay 654. Thai 678, commence descent flight level 260, which by
you.
Charlie. Bangkok Air 806, check direct standard.
Yeah, direct standard, like 806.
Bangkok Air 806, contact Janja 13395. Bangkok Air 806, contact Janja 13395, good day.
Janja 13395,
Check.
Bangkok Air 806, make it good night.
Bit up path.
Kenya 860, contact radar 12755 today.
12755, Kenya 860.
Kenya 860, roger, descend to flight level 200 to reach by Combi.
Descend 200 to reach by Combi, Kenya 860.
Give me Combi 200.
Kenya 860, which reduce to minimum clean speed.
We reduce to minimum clean speed.
Reduce to minimum clean speed, Kenya 860.
Hong Kong radar, good evening.
Charlie descending.
Kenya 860, maintain flight level 180 or reaching traffic below in the holding pattern.
Maintain 180 and reaching Kenya 860.
2 to go.
Check. Below flap subspeed. $200.
Charlie.
On to do.
Waiting for information, Tango descending to flight level 110. MK 225, Roger, Bomber 34 information, uniform about step up below. 34, uniform, ascending by below, MK 225.
Radar, good evening, Dragon 841, descending flight level 230, estimating Sierra 36, squawking 1533.
Cabin ready.
419 identified, clear 07 Charlie arrival.
07 Charlie, Dragon 841.
Bohemia 776, confirm maintaining flight level 140.
Speed altitude.
Check.
Roger. Dragon 741, turn right to Murray to resume the start, and speed 230 knots. Right turn, direct to Murray, resume the start, speed 230 knots, Dragon.
Okay, have it. Controls.
Bohemia 776, just maintain flight level 140, traffic below in the holding pattern.
Roger, Boeing 776.
Cathay 654, descend and maintain flight level 150, traffic below in the holding pattern.
Understood, we're on descent, level 150, Cathay 654.
Kenya 860, confirm joining the hole.
Inform, now turning right, turning the hole, Kenya 860.
Yeah, 860, descend to flight level 170.
Descent flight level 170, Kenya 860.
MK 225, after Hazel, descend to 3000 feet, QNH 1019, clear for
Second. What do you want to know about the hole? Oh yes. I see. Okay. You still have controls, buddy?
Okay.
We are joining our holds at a position to the southwest actually of the airport, southeast of the airport, I beg your pardon. The reason is there is very heavy traffic coming in at this time, so this is by air traffic control to give us some spacing. Basically, the hold is a racetrack pattern, whereby we fly to a point, then turn right or left, depending on the pattern of that specific hold. 180 degrees, that's a direction opposite from the direction which we started. Fly out for 1 minute, then turn again in, onto the position, so that we conform to the prescribed racetrack pattern. This is what we expect to be doing until when we are cleared to leave. The critical element to check here is that you do have sufficient fuel to keep holding as long as ATC wants you to do so, and to allow you to land. And if you're not able to land, to divert to your next, to your alternate or whatever other place you had planned to go if you cannot be able to land at destination airport. So at the moment we are turning outbound, establish, we'll fly out for a minute, then turn right in again, and onto the holding position, which for us is this position called Canto, or designated Canto. That's all.
Dragon 741, contact approach 119.
Okay, heading select. We are clear to maintain the present heading. End speed, descent flight level 160.
Okay, 160, and we are heading select. So the hold has been scrapped. Now we have been asked to maintain our heading out and a given further descent. I have controls, buddy.
You have controls. Exit hold.
Exit.
Tiger 504, delays required, reduce speed to 230 knots and turn by heading 150.
Reduce speed 230 knots and heading 150, Taxi 504.
I-608, delays required, reduce speed to 230 knots and turn by heading 150.
Speed 230 knots, heading right heading 150, Thai 608.
Cathay 654, turn by heading 010.
Right, heading 010, Cathay 654.
Bohemia 776, turn right to Murray, resume the start, descend to flight level 110 by Murray.
Roger, direct Murray, descend to 110 by Murray.
Speed out.
Aisha Version Taisha 504, continue descent to flight level 170.
Continue descent to flight level 170, Taisha 504.
Where's the temperature?
Cathay 654, turn right to Murray to resume the start, speed 230 knots.
Can see we have wing antis and engine antis.
Check, yeah, plus
I
5.
think condition.
Cathay 654.
Kenya 860, turn right heading 320.
Turn right heading 320, Kenya 860.
320.
Check.
Cathay 654, descend to flight level 110 to be level by Murray.
Descent flight level 110, be level by Murray, Cathay 654.
Cap 186, descend to altitude 7,000 feet.
7,000 feet, red cap 186.
Kenya 860, check direct to Murray to resume the start.
Direct Murray to resume the start in 860.
Kenya 860, correct and descend to flight level 110 to reach by Murray, speed 230 knots.
Descend the 110 to reach by Murray, speed 230 knots in 860.
Okay, 110, 230. Execute. Yep.
And contact approach 119 at the
LDAV. Engage.
Maintaining 230 knots, 1191, Cathay 654, good night.
Cap 186, descend to 3,000 feet, clear line approach runway 34.
Descend 3,000 feet, clear pilot approach runway 34, red cap 186.
Reach by Murray.
Dragon 841, reduce to minimum clean speed, continue present heading.
Minimum clean, present heading, Dragon 84. To 5 establish. Approach Kenya 860 out of 135 for 110. Direct Murray, speed to taxi.
Kenya 860 approach, good evening, runway 07 left, information Foxtrot, descent to 9,000 feet, Q1H 1019.
Descend 9,000 feet to 1019 now, runway 07 left in 860.
Mendoza 1019.
Check. 1019. Still 07 left.
Descent 4,000 feet.
Send altitude 4,000, Cathay 654.
Approach checks complete.
Kenya 860, when able, reduce speed to 10 knots and descent 4,000 feet.
When able, speed 210, descend 4,000 feet in 860.
4000. Speed
4000 check.
210.
AFM.
Flap 1.
Speed is good. Flap 1.
LFT 919, fly heading 240 for sequencing.
Heading 240, LFT 919.
Kenya 860, turn left heading 030 for sequencing.
Left 030 for sequencing in 860.
Heading select 030.
Check.
Heading 270, 1195,
Kenya 860, turn left heading 350.
Left 350, Kenya 860.
350.
Check.
Plus 5.
Speed is good. Flap
Good
5.
evening, Dragon 8. Direct Kenya 860 out of 6,000 to 4,000, speed 190.
Kenya 860, direct Roger.
Direction 919, cover still, maintain 210 knots.
Kenya 860, reduce speed to 180 knots, descend to 2,000 feet.
Reduce 180, descend 2,000 feet in 860.
2000.
AFM.
Kenya 860, turn right
Watch
heading 040, clear the ILS approach runway 07 left.
Right 040, clear the ILS 07 left in 860.
040.
Check.
Third high 6087 stars, speed descending.
Car 68 directed descend to 3,000 feet.
Cleared approach, correct sensing.
Checks. Ramming approach.
Check.
Taisha 504, descend to 2,000 feet.
Descend 2,000, Taisha 504.
Standard C919, contact tower lock for 180 mode 2. Bye-bye.
118.2, Standard C919, bye-bye.
Thai Asia 504, reduce speed to 180 knots, fly heading 350.
Heading 350, speed 180, Thai Asia 504.
Localizer capture.
Check.
Welcome, Director. Good evening, Dragon 841, descending to 4,000 feet.
Dragon 841 directed, descend to 3,000 feet.
3,000 feet, Dragon 841.
Thai 608, reduce speed to 180 knots, descend to 2,000 feet.
Repeat 180, not descend to 2,000.
Out.
Check.
Director, can you establish localizer 07 left?
Can 860, director, roger. Can 860, speed 160 knots of greater, making until 4 miles final. Contact tower north on 188 mode 2. Bye-bye.
Speed 160 to 4 miles, star 18 to Canadian 0.
And down to 919, you may vacate Alpha 8.
Gear down. Flap 20.
Gear down. Speed is good. Flaps 20. Glide slope capture.
Check.
Canadian 60, establish left 07 left.
Canada 60, turn off, continue approach, runway 07 knots, wind 030 degrees, 7 knots.
Proceed approach Canadian 07 left.
160 or greater until 4 miles.
Roger. Flap 30.
Speed is good. Flaps 30.
Aye.
And landing checks.
Roll out flare land 3.
Checks.
Landing checks. Cabin secure is confirmed. Ground altitude set. Landing checklist complete.
Checklist complete.
Approach lights in sight.
Checks.
1,000 feet.
Instruments no more, just stabilize.
919, vacate Alpha 8, left turn Alpha.
Going manual.
Roger.
Left turn Alpha. 919.
Flight director.
Checks.
Kenya 860, wind 040 degrees, 7 knots, clear to land, runway 07 left.
Left land 07 left in 860.
Clear to land.
919, contact line north 121.06, bye bye.
Contact line 116, taxi 919, bye bye.
500 feet.
500. 400. 300. Approaching minimums.
Clear land.
Hong Kong Thai 504, good evening.
200.
ILS 07 left.
Tasha 504, turn off, good evening, continue approach, runway 07 knots,
100.
wind 040 degrees, 6 knots.
504, 07 left, Thai 504.
30. 20. 10.
Speed brakes up. Reverse is normal. Check. 80 knots. Outer brakes are disarmed.
Kenya 860, vacate Alpha 7, left turn Alpha, hold short whiskey.
Turn left, concussion down, turn Alpha 7 left, hold short of whiskey, Kenya 860.
Alpha 7, go straight to Whiskey, which is straight ahead.
Thai Asia 504, clear to land, runway 07 knots, wind 040 degrees, 5 knots.
left, I say 5 to the 4.
No, left on Alpha, whole shot of whiskey.
Kenya
Whiskey straight ahead.
Contact ground north 121.06.
121.60.
Number 1 whiskey, hold shot of hotel.
Thank you, number 1 whiskey, Hotel Hotel, China Eastern 768.
Ground Kenya 860 on Alpha.
KA60, ground number 2 to the coming A320, taxi whiskey, whiskey 1 to gate whiskey 40.
Number 2 on whiskey 1, whiskey 40, Kenya 860.
Okay, this is whiskey. We're going to be taxiing behind this traffic to whiskey 40 by whiskey 1. Take us off. Whiskey 1 will get whiskey 40. Terrain. After landing checks complete, APU coming on.
Shuttle 192 taxi.
Shuttle 192, hold shuttle whiskey.
Shuttle whiskey, shuttle 192.
Whiskey 1 is to the left. Clear right.
China 768, number 1 to hold shot hotel, contact ground 122, days 155, good day.
Number 1 Hotel, 122 Great China Eastern 768, okay?
SQ1. Slightly to the left. Clear right. Taxi light off. Bravo 787.
Okay, that is it. That's what it takes to fly the 787 on a short hop. Some excitement as we are coming into Hong Kong, a bit of holding. Fortunately today it wasn't much, but as you have seen, it's a delightful machine to fly. Yep, and I'm proud I'm part of the team that delivers to the Kenya Airways promise with this equipment. I hope you enjoy the flight as much as I did. Thank you.